All right, let's look at the homework 7.8, problem number 9. All right, so we want to sketch the region R for this integral here. All right, so looks like x equals 0, which is the y-axis, and x equals 4 minus y squared. So this is sort of like a sideway parabola. Alright, so it's going to be between y-axis and the sideway parabola. And you can see that here. Alright, first one, it's actually kind of shading the wrong region. And the second one too. Alright, so it's going to be between, the third one and the fourth one. And then if you look at the lower bound and the upper bound for y is y equals -2 to +2. So you can see that the last one here is going to be the correct one. All right, so it's going to be, so this is the answer. Actually, answer is showing here. All right, that's the answer. All right, let's check the answer. All right, I came back. It looks like we got the correct region here. And we're going to change the order of integration for this one. All right. All right. So we know that the equation for this curve is x equals 4 minus x squared, which comes from here, right? All right. And, oh, actually, so that's y squared. Sorry. That's y squared. Alright, so what we need to do is to change the order of integration. We need to change that equation as a y equals form. So I'm going to solve this. So I'm going to add y squared and subtract x. So we have y squared is equal to 4 minus x. Right, and if you take the square root of both sides, you're going to get y is equal to plus or minus square root of 4 minus x. Alright, so we have to split into two equations, and here, this is the top one, is the y equals positive square root of 4 minus x, and the bottom one is y equals negative square root of 4 minus x. Alright, so if you want to switch the order of integration, so we're going to do the integration with respect to y first. So here. Alright, so dy and dx. Alright, so here. So y is equal to, so if you for a fixed x value, so fix the x value. Alright, you can see that you're going to start from here, then go all the way up to here, right? So starting point is on the negative square root of 4 minus x. So here, lower bound is negative 4 minus x. And the upper bound is square root of 4 minus x. Right? And then x is going from, obviously you're going to start from here when x equals 0. Right? So this is where x equals 0. And all the way to, so you just keep on covering it like this. And all the way to this point where x is equal to 4. So we know that x goes from 0 to 4. Right? So let's type that in. So here it goes from 0 to 4, and the integral is going from negative square root of 4 minus x to positive square root of 4 minus x. Right? And let's evaluate this. Alright, so we just need to evaluate that. So this is going to be equal to, right, we'll take care of the outside one later, right? Antiderivative y with respect, 1 with respect to y would be y, right? Going from negative square root of 4 minus x to positive square root of 4 minus x, right? And then we're going to do with respect to x later. Alright, so this is going to be integral from 0 to 4. Alright, so if you plug in square root of 4 minus x minus negative square root of 4 minus x, so there are two of them, so I'm going to just go ahead and write it as 2. And square root, I don't like square roots, so I'm going to write it as 4 minus x to the 1/2 power with respect to x. Alright, so then we want to find the antiderivative. And the first thing I would do is I'm going to actually move this guy in front so that we have 2 outside. Then we have an integral from 0 to 4. Then you have 4 minus x to the 1/2 power. Right? Then look at the inside function, which is 4 minus x. Derivative's negative 1. So it would be nice if you have a negative 1 sitting here. Actually, it's not there, so I'm going to have to maybe... Alright, so here's the negative 1 that we want. So I'll multiply by negative 1. I'm going to divide by negative 1. Alright, so what you get is going to be negative 2. Right, antiderivative of that is your general power rule, so it's going to be a 4 minus x. I add 1 to the power would be 3/2. Divide by 3/2 is equivalent to multiply by 2/3. And then you're going from 0 to 4. Right? So you're going to get, I'm going to just go ahead and combine these constants. So you're going to get negative 4 over 3, right? Then we plug in 4 first, that's 0 actually, minus plug in 0, so 4 to the 1/2 power would be 2, cubed would be 8, right? So we have negative, negative cancel out, right? So you're going to get 32, 4 times 8 is 32 over 3, right? So let's type it in. Alright, we got the 32 over 3. Alright, let's check the answer. Submit for testing. Alright, it came back and looks like we got this one correctly. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.